Hi everybody, this is Gary Dama, Sentiment Timing, and this is our technical video report for Thursday, February 1st, 2024. In today's report, I said there is some things that are just doesn't feel right, and mainly even last night in the report, I said we had the big move down, which that didn't really surprise me that much, but I had to leave room open for it was just a wave forward down, which I'll show you into the other charts. But then, really when I started looking at this is one of the reasons why I put it that we may have just made a wave forward down. And that is, I've been talking about this NIAID sell signal the entire time here, where, we had the S&P moving one way, but the advanced decline was moving the other. And when we had yesterday's big drop, the NIAID didn't really move. So this was the first red flag that this was just a wave forward down. Now, let me show you another one. And this is the put-call ratio. Now, this kind of is a double-edged sword, but even though we saw the S&P down, some 80 points or whatever, this typically would have had a big pop-up. Remember, this move was from when we had the pullback in early January in 4 days. And yesterday's, drop was almost it was almost as much as the 4-day drop. And you can see this really didn't budge at all. So this was another warning sign that, something is going on where this should have been back up in these levels here, because there should have been some fear in the market. And like I said, this is a double-edged sword because it's showing there's just complacency in this market. So that's that. Now let's take a look at the one that did follow, and that's going to be the stocks above the 50-day moving average. So here you can see this little drop that we had, from yesterday. This catapulted. This went straight down, and we hit this support level, and then today we had a really, really good day up on it. So the fact that it held this support and then we had it is another little bit of a red flag, but this is really the only thing the only indicator that followed that big drop. Now, does it mean that everything is safe? No, it doesn't. Just because the main reason is what I'll show you in the other charts is that if it was a wave 4, then we're making the wave 5 up. And once this completes, then we're going to have a 50 to 62% retracement. Now, when that comes and what happens with it, that we'll have to wait and see on that. But it's still going to be a wave 5 of 5. So these are the reasons why, I was saying that you got to leave the door open, that this was just a wave 4 down. And this is, basically how, hang on one second. Let me just switch this. Okay. So this is our 15-minute chart. And we had some bullish divergences going into the close yesterday. This was the important support level that the first line of support that the bears needed to get through. But really, the bulls aren't going to lose control until this 4,800 is taken out, because then we start looking at moves coming down here. So this support held. We had bullish divergences, and obviously, needless to say, we were up 60 points. I know Meta and Amazon reported today, and they're the Nasdaq's up. It's up huge right now. So assuming that we're probably going to gap up and probably make new highs tomorrow is pretty much it. So what does that mean? So let's just do this. Because a 60-minute chart kind of shows it a little bit better on it. And what that means is that, so here's your 1, 2, and now this is what I was talking about. So this was our wave, only a wave 3 here, even though the door could be open that this was the wave 5, but it all depended on what was going to happen today. And obviously it has a better look that this is a wave 4, and now we're going to make a wave 5. So you can see it's clear. 1, 2, this would be our 3, because these 4s would be really, really small, but this 4 and 5, it would be very, very defined. You can see we have the bearish divergences in place. And from there, that's where we start looking at the larger pullback, which would be it not even from here. This is hang on one second. Try to get this. Come on. Okay, so the pullback would be from here, I'm sorry, that's not right, from here. So this is the lows that we made in October. So what we would be looking for is a 50% retracement from this move here. And it would make perfect sense because this has gone up 800 points without anything but a 100-point drop. Even with yesterday's move, this was I think a 3-day move, and this was a 1-day move. So there's really been no breather, and you can tell by momentum how it's stuck here. So again, this most likely, the way that if we're just looking at Elliott wave wise, this is going to be your wave 5 of 5, and from there, anticipating a 50 to a 62. I wouldn't even count out a 72% retracement, but the 72% retracement may not come until we get into the the low the topping time period that Woody's been talking about since December. So it's I have a feeling we're going to start to see some sloppy market. It's not going to be as easy for the bulls as it was, and one of the reasons they don't really have the Fed behind them anymore. That's going to be where they're going to be trying to push the 6 rate cuts. So. It appears right now, especially after hours. I know we have jobs numbers tomorrow, so excuse me, maybe that kind of puts a little hole in the Nasdaq big rally. But right now, we have to wait and see what happens tomorrow with it. My guess is the job numbers are going to come out good, and they're kind of just boost this, and we're probably going to see new all-time highs. But the thing is, again, we are going to have some pretty big divergences there without a really single breather that we've seen taken on that. So upside, I mean, not 49.50. It's kind of hard to say. The only really way that we could kind of take a look at this is say, all right, we're building some kind of wedge, and it would be something like this where this may be the top, but it's really we don't know when this is going to turn on it. We know we have some warning signs out there. I would not get very, very complacent on the bullish side, especially if we have a big day tomorrow, which I am kind of anticipating. Like I said, the earnings that came out were good. The fact that the bears weren't able to push it through this support, and also that our interim, momentum indicators are like the NIAD and the put-call ratio really didn't move at all with this move, gave us the warning sign that this was just going to be a wave 4. So let's see what plays out tomorrow. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning.